Good morning. Today, I want to remind you of something powerful. Don't worry about the future. Life has a way of throwing challenges and uncertainties our way, but worrying about what's ahead won't change a thing. In fact, it can hold you back from the blessings waiting for you right now. The future is not something to fear. It's something to embrace with faith and confidence. You might not see the full picture today, but trust me, the path is already being prepared for you. Every step you take, even the uncertain ones, are leading you toward your purpose. Remember, worry doesn't solve problems. It only steals your peace and energy. Instead, focus on what you can do today. Plant seeds of positivity, work hard, and keep your heart open to possibilities. When you release worry, you make room for hope, joy, and miracles. Your future is bright, even if the road seems unclear. Believe that better days are ahead and keep moving forward with courage. The best is yet to come. Worrying about the future is one of the most common struggles we face. Yet it's often one of the most unproductive emotions we experience. When we spend time and energy worrying, it feels like we're preparing ourselves for what might go wrong. But in reality, worry really helps us solve anything. Instead, it acts like a heavy weight on our shoulders, pulling us down and draining our strength. The more we dwell on fears of what's to come, the less energy we have to invest in the present moment, where real change can actually happen. Our minds have a tendency to fixate on worst case scenarios. We imagine every possible problem that could arise, every obstacle that could stand in our way, and every failure that might come knocking. This mental habit creates a constant state of tension and stress. Instead of focusing on solutions or actions, worry keeps us trapped in a loop of what if and maybe's, which leads to exhaustion and often paralyzes us from moving forward. This cycle is exhausting because it pulls us away from what we can control and keeps us stuck in fear. Physiologically, worry impacts our bodies in significant ways. When we worry, our bodies produce stress hormones like cortisol, which can increase heart rate, tighten muscles, and disrupt normal breathing patterns. This heightened state of alertness might have helped our ancestors survive immediate dangers. But when worry becomes chronic, it wears down our immune system and reduces our ability to heal and feel energized. Over time, this constant state of tension caused by worry can lead to fatigue, headaches, and other physical ailments that make it even harder to face daily life with enthusiasm. Emotionally, worry breeds anxiety and can cloud our judgment. It's difficult to think clearly when our minds are overwhelmed by fear and doubt. This mental fog often leads to indecision and second guessing, which slows down progress. Instead of seeing opportunities, we see obstacles. Instead of taking risks, we hold back. Or he convinces us that we are powerless in the face of the unknown, even though the opposite is true. Our response to the future shapes the outcome far more than the future itself. Interestingly, worry doesn't change external circumstances. No matter how much time we spend imagining potential disasters, it won't alter what will actually happen. The future remains uncertain, and that uncertainty is a natural part of life. But worry tricks us into believing that by thinking about every possible negative outcome, we can somehow prevent it or prepare enough. The truth is, worry doesn't offer solutions. It only steals our peace and distracts us from taking effective action. Energy is one of our most valuable resources. Sure. When we worry, we deplete this resource by focusing on things outside of our control. Imagine trying to run a race while carrying a heavy backpack filled with stones. That's what worry feels like for our minds and spirits. It drags us down, slows us, and prevents us from performing at our best. Yet, if we redirect that energy toward positive thoughts, planning, and present moment action, we free ourselves to move forward with more confidence and clarity. The irony is that the future often unfolds differently than we expect. Many of the things we worried about never come to pass, while unexpected blessings and opportunities appear instead. When we waste energy worrying, we miss the chance to be present and recognize the good things happening around us. We lose sight of our own resilience and the resources available to us in the here and now. This makes worrying not just draining, but also counterproductive to living a fulfilling life. In moments when worry threatens to take over, it's important to remind ourselves that energy spent on fear is energy lost from hope. By recognizing the toll that worry takes, we can begin to break free from its grip. We can practice shifting our focus to what's within our control, our attitudes, our actions, and our responses. This shift not only conserves our energy, but also empowers us to face the future with greater strength and peace. Faith in yourself is like a steady anchor in the stormy seas of life. When uncertainty surrounds you and the future feels unclear, trusting your own abilities and the path you are on provides a calming assurance that everything will work out in its own time. This faith doesn't mean you have all the answers right now, but it means you believe in your capacity to handle whatever comes your way. It gives you strength when doubts creep in and helps you move forward with confidence even when the road looks rocky. Often the uncertainty about the future comes from a fear of the unknown. We want clear answers, defined plans, and guaranteed success. But life rarely unfolds with such certainty. Having faith in yourself means accepting that uncertainty is a natural part of the journey. It means believing that you are equipped with the wisdom, courage, and resilience needed to navigate whatever twists and turns may arise. This belief acts as a shield against the paralyzing fear that uncertainty can bring. We may wonder how things will unfold, worry about challenges ahead, or feel stuck because the path isn't clear. But even when we can't see the full picture, it's important to remember that the future is already being prepared for you. There are forces at work, whether it's your own efforts, circumstances, or unseen support, that are shaping the road ahead in ways you may not yet understand. Sometimes the preparation for your future happens quietly behind the scenes. It's in the small decisions you make daily, the lessons you learn from mistakes, and the experiences that build your character and strength. These moments may not seem significant at the time, but they are pieces of a larger puzzle coming together. Your hard work, your patience, and your persistence all contribute to the foundation of what's coming next. Even if progress feels slow, trust that something important is being built. Life often uses unexpected events to prepare us. Sometimes what looks like a setback is actually a setup for something better. Doors may close, relationships might shift, or plans may change. But these changes are part of the preparation process. They guide you toward opportunities that align more closely with your true purpose. Even if it's hard to see at the moment, the pieces are moving into place, creating a path that is uniquely yours. Faith plays a crucial role in trusting this preparation. When you don't see the way clearly, faith allows you to believe that there is a plan bigger than your current understanding. This belief doesn't require you to have all the answers or control over every detail. Instead, it encourages you to be patient and open, knowing that the future is unfolding in perfect timing. This trust brings peace and reduces the anxiety that comes from trying to force things prematurely. Key gratitude will multiply what you have. Expanded, gratitude is more than just good manners. It's a spiritual force. It has the power to shift atmospheres, lift your spirit, and unlock blessing. When you begin to thank God for what you do have, instead of focusing on what you don't, you change the temperature of your entire life. Gratitude doesn't wait for everything to be perfect. It works with what's already in your hands. If you can be faithful over the small, you position yourself for the overflow. We often think we need more money, more recognition, more opportunities to be content. But gratitude flips that. Gratitude says, I may not have everything I want, but I already have everything I need to take the next step. It's not denying difficulty. It's choosing to see the beauty in the middle of it. When you start thanking God for the little things, your breath, your strength, your daily bread, you begin to notice how rich you really are. The miracle isn't always in the multiplication. Sometimes it's in the mindset. Remember the story of the 5 loaves and 2 fish? Before the miracle came, Jesus gave thanks. He didn't complain about the small portion. He blessed it. And it multiplied. That same principle is true in your life. What you bless grows. If you keep cursing your situation, you'll stay stuck. But if you start praising even in the lack, you'll begin to see provision rise where you least expect it. Gratitude protects your peace. It silences the noise of comparison. When you're thankful, you stop looking at what everyone else is doing and start appreciating the beauty of your own journey. It doesn't mean you don't have goals or dreams, but it means you're not going to be miserable while you're getting there. A grateful heart can dance even in the hallway while the doors are still closed. Too often we wait for the big moment to celebrate, a promotion, a breakthrough, a major win. a major win. But gratitude turns ordinary days into sacred ground. Waking up with a roof over your head, that's a gift. Having one person who believes in you, that's treasure. Still having the chance to dream, to love, to grow, that's worth rejoicing over. The more you recognize the good around you, the more good begins to find you. Gratitude makes room for joy. It lifts the heaviness. It shifts your focus from what's missing to what's meaningful. When you walk through 2025 with a grateful heart, you won't just survive, you will thrive. You'll laugh more, stress less, and see blessings in places you used to overlook. You'll begin to feel full, even when your circumstances haven't fully changed yet. Because gratitude fills the soul before it ever fills the hands. You don't have to feel grateful to be grateful. Sometimes it's a choice before it's a feeling. There will be days when you're tired, frustrated, discouraged. That's okay. But even in that space, you can whisper, thank you. Thank you that I'm still here. Thank you that I'm still here. Thank you for another chance. Thank you that better is on the way. That one small thank you can be the spark that reignites your hope. And here's the beautiful part. When you begin to live in gratitude, you begin to attract the kind of life you've been praying for. You open the door to peace, to favor, to overflow. Because gratitude isn't passive. It's powerful. It multiplies what's in your hand. It magnifies what's in your heart. And it moves the hand of God in your life. Key faith over fear, expanded fear are both beliefs about the future. Only one builds you, and the other breaks you. Faith says, something good is coming. Fear says, a brace for the worst. Both are rooted in what we can't see, but they lead us down very different paths. When you choose faith over fear, you're not denying reality. You're declaring a greater reality. You're saying, what I see might be hard, but I believe what's ahead of me is bigger than what's behind me. Fear is loud. It whispers in the middle of the night, what if it all falls apart? It makes mountains out of molehills and tells you you're not strong enough, smart enough, or ready. But faith speaks back. Faith doesn't ignore the problem. It just refuses to let the problem have the final word. When fear rises up, faith reminds you, I've come too far to quit now. If God brought me to it, He can bring me through it. You don't have to have perfect faith to walk forward. You just need a willing heart. Even faith the size of a mustard seed can move mountains. That means you don't have to feel bold to be bold. Just take the step. Just speak the promise. Just show up and trust that grace will meet you there. Faith is not about never being afraid. It's about not letting fear make your decisions. There's something powerful about declaring faith out loud. Faith out loud. When you speak hope, you build hope. When you speak victory, you align your spirit with the possibility of it. Stop saying, I'm so overwhelmed, and start saying, I am equipped for this. Stop saying, what if it goes wrong? And start saying, what if it goes right? Your words steer your mind, and your mind steers your life. Some of the greatest breakthroughs come after fear tries to stop you. That fear you're feeling is often a sign you're getting close to something important. The fear doesn't show up when you're stuck. It shows up when you're stepping out. When you're getting ready to break patterns, heal relationships, launch dreams, walk away from what's familiar, that's when fear tries to pull you back. But faith pulls you forward. 2025 isn't the year to play it safe. It's the year to believe big, to try again, to trust again, to love again, to trust again, to love again. Fear says, protect yourself. Faith says, trust the process. Fear says, stay where it's safe. Faith says, go where you're called. You weren't created to live a small, cautious life. You were created to walk by faith and not by sight. And where faith leads, miracles follow. Sometimes you have to do it afraid. Start the business with trembling hands. Apply for the opportunity with butterflies in your stomach. Forgive that person even when your heart's still hurting. That's not weakness. That's courage. Don't wait for all the fear to go away before you move. Faith is often quiet, but it's always strong. It's the whisper inside that says, I don't know how, but I know who. Every time you choose faith over fear, you grow. You stretch, you rise. You step into more of who you were created to be. Fear builds walls, but faith builds bridges. Fear locks doors, but faith walks through them. You don't have to have all the answers. You just have to take the next step, believing that the one who called you is faithful to finish what he started in you. Key speak life. Expanded. Your words are not just sounds. They're seeds. Every sentence you speak is planting something in the atmosphere of your life. You can plant peace, joy, confidence, and hope. Or you can plant fear, doubt, bitterness, and limitation. The tongue has the power of life and death, And in 2025, one of the most powerful decisions you can make is to speak life over yourself, over others, and over your future. Too often we get into the habit of narrating our problems instead of declaring our promises. So we say things like, I am always tired, or nothing ever works out for me, or that's just my luck. But those aren't just harmless words. They're shaping your expectations, and your expectations shape your reality. If you want to change your life, start by changing your language. Speak what you want to see, not just what you do see. When you speak life, you are releasing heaven's perspective into your circumstances. You may be facing lack, but you declare, I am blessed and highly favored. You may feel weak, but you say, the joy of the Lord is my strength. You may not see the answer yet, but you say, something good is on the way. Speaking life doesn't ignore the facts. It activates faith in spite of them. You don't have to wait until you feel inspired to speak life. In fact, some of the most important words you'll ever say will be spoken in the middle of the storm. When your emotions are low, your words can lift you up. When your mind is spinning, your voice can bring peace. You can't always control what thoughts come to you, but you can decide what comes out of you. Speak life, especially when it's hard. What you say about yourself matters. Don't talk yourself out of your destiny by repeating what someone else said about you. You are not what they called you. You are what God has called you, chosen, loved, capable, and created for good things. Start declaring it. I am strong. I am full of purpose. I am rising higher. Say it even when you don't feel it. Because eventually, your heart will catch up to your confession. Speaking life doesn't just change you, it changes the people around you. When you tell your child, I believe in you, it plants courage. When you tell your spouse, hey, we are going to get through this together, it plants unity. When you tell a friend, you've got what it takes, it plants strength. Strength. One encouraging word can turn someone's whole day around, and one consistent voice of faith can turn their whole life around. In 2025, decide to be that voice, the voice that uplifts, that speaks with purpose, that doesn't just describe the world, but helps shape it. Speak life over your finances. Speak life over your relationships. Speak life over your mental health. Speak life over the dreams that feel delayed. Every time you choose encouragement over complaint, hope over sarcasm, truth over negativity, you're building a life that reflects the light inside you. It's easy to repeat what we hear from the world. Bad news, fear, discouragement. But you weren't called to echo the world. You were called to lead it with your light. And light travels fastest through sound. So speak it. Joy, peace, healing, increase, restoration, increase, restoration. Speak life until life begins to show up.